I have no excuses except that it is a dreadfully wet and rainy morning, and I just wanted to stay in bed a little bit longer. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna go straight back to bed right after this because it is 7 a.m., but it's very dark, very dreary, and all I want to do today is cuddle up in bed. But that being said, I am excited to read the chapter, and I hope you guys are too. How's everybody doing? Can you hear me? It seems like audio is working on my end. Hey, what's up, Zod? Okay, so we also have a different. Lately, I think I've been streaming sort of on my Friday evenings, whereas it's Saturday morning for me, and I suppose it's Friday afternoon or Friday night for you. What's going on? Let's go. Oh, Zod, thank you so much for the. Everyone, give a big W's in the chat for Zod, and welcome to the Executive Officer fleet for everyone who has just been gifted by Zod. We've missed you in these streams. I'm glad that you're able to join us. Let's let this train keep going. Oh god. I made some coffee, but it's really hot. It keeps burning my tongue. Elizabeth, thank you. Well, I hope I'll be able to catch you next time. You're headed back to Tokyo. Weren't you just there? I feel like you were there quite recently. My Aussie bestie. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, Perona! Hello! Our wonderful, wonderful mod. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the super chat. Is this hot chocolate? No, this is coffee. But I see now that it looks super white. It's because I've got, I use a little, what do you call it? You know, just like the standard milk frother. It doesn't come as part of a proper coffee machine. It's just the standalone milk frothing machine. I've got one of those, and I just pour it on top of my coffee. I bought a little mocha pot, but I haven't quite figured out how to use it yet. And I'm sure it's easy, I just can't be bothered doing what I'm supposed to be doing with it. So one of these days I'll whip out both the mocha pot and the frother, but no, this is coffee, and it's super hot because I just boiled water and I'm just drinking crappy instant coffee at the moment. We're supposed to get 70 millimeters of rain today. What's millimeters in? How do people measure how much rain you get in the US? Do you calculate it as inches? We're supposed to get about, okay, when you say it like that, it doesn't sound like a lot. It's about 3 inches, 2.75, so just under 3 inches of rain today. So it's raining a lot, and I'm feeling work was super busy this week, so all I want to do is lie in bed. 70 millimeters. No, I just calculated it. Well, I put it into Google. 70 millimeters of rain is 2.75. Oh, you were in Osaka. Okay. That's right. You were in Osaka. Okay, and now you're going to Tokyo. Well, I'm super excited for you. I would personally say that I enjoyed Osaka much more than I enjoyed Tokyo, but I think that's a me thing personally because I think I'm not a huge fan of capital cities because I find them to be too crowded, too busy, and I think especially the case in Asian countries. Um, and I get too overwhelmed. I don't do very well in like lots and lots, like big crowds, which you might be used to coming from New York because like I mean Sydney, which is where I'm based, is obviously the busiest city in Australia and probably the most populated city in Australia. But it still has like nothing. It has nothing on countries in Asian. Yeah, like I guess the Asian population is so much greater than that of Australia. I think we're like at 23 million right now. There were probably 23 million people in Tokyo alone. How many people? Population of Tokyo, let's see. 41 million in Tokyo. So it's like at least 1.5 that of the entire Australian population. So I just found Tokyo very overwhelming, but it's super fun. It is fun. It is overwhelming. But I'm sure you'll have a lovely time. Did you weeb out? Did you completely weeb out on Japanese and anime merch and paraphernalia? Yeah, I have to say I did too. I spent so much money on those gacha machines. Gacha machines and the crane machines. You like the devil fruit in the background? I got that from Tokyo. I think I got that from Akihabara, which is like the Weeb Central. It's Weeb Central. I will be reading from TCB. Okay, you know what? My bad. As you can tell, I'm very slow this morning. Let me share this on our Discord. Let's wait for some more people to join us for our reading this morning. And then we should be able to start. You got a Frankie figurine from that machine. I won a lot of the small ones. I think I won an Egghead Luffy as well. I might have gotten 2 Egghead Luffys. But on like the last 2 days, I think I spent whatever money I had left trying to win a Denden Mushi from a crane machine. And anyone who's been to Japan will also know that if you spend enough time and if you spend enough money, the staff will start to help you. Because if you keep failing, they'll like, you can ask them and they'll like rearrange it so that it's easier for you to pick it out. They'll give you tips on how to pick it out. And it got to that point because I just kept trying and I still failed. It still haunts me to this day. Both the amount of money that I spent trying to win a win a Denden Mushi out of a crane machine, because I definitely could have probably just found a Denden Mushi whilst I was in Japan and probably would have been able to buy it with the amount of money that I spent. But then also the Denden Mushi that I was not able to bring back home. Okay. Are we ready now? Shall we get going? I see that we actually have some people on the on our Twitch as well, so it's great to see. Great to see. Hello, hello, our Twitch fan. Well, Zod, you're gonna have to win a Denden Mushi on my behalf next time. I had days where I was pretty good at the claw machines, and then others I was just, it was really bad. Alright, I can see Vic's ready. Sapiens is ready. Alright, let's start. Shall we start? Let's start reading. Okay, chapter 1144. How are we feeling? I heard that there is no break next week either, so I'm very excited for that. We've got Canadian fam joining. Oh, Perona! Thank you so much again for the super chat. What's my favorite One Piece song? You mean like opening theme songs? I think it's a bit of a cop-out, and it's probably a boring answer, but I don't think you can ever beat We Are. Maybe Dream as well. I think We Are will always be like top and hold that special place in everyone's hearts. But yeah, maybe Dream. I have to admit that there's probably a lot that I'm missing out on because I stopped watching the anime at one point. Maybe like any song? Like as in like songs, like if we're including things like from film Red, and I guess all the, or you mean like the background like theme music as well, like Overtaken. Is that what we're saying? Yeah, Bile, exactly. Also, welcome, Bile. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you in stream. Glad to see you here, but I completely agree that yes, We Are would have its own tier above the rest. Well, yeah, Bing Sake is another one. Bing Sake is another one cut above the rest. And I think I'd have to say Bing Sake just to future-proof myself as well, because like obviously Bing Sake is going to be super important in the future of the series. And I will bite my words now if I didn't say Bing Sake at this point. So maybe We Are and Bing Sake. But in terms of theme, I would probably also say Overtaken. I think like there's no one who doesn't hear Overtaken who is a One Piece fan and their heart starts racing and they're like, oh, it's coming. It is starting. Let's get excited. And on that note, let's get excited for... Oh, okay. your question's relevant for the chapter as well. Okay, that's good. Good to know, because we are going to start reading. So, does everybody have chapter 1144 up? Okay then. Starting chapter 1144, a time for warriors. Okay, I hope this means that it's Usopp. Usopp is finally going to show up. He's going to make a stand for himself and he's becoming a warrior. Onicha Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage Volume 29. Liberating the Girls and Minamoto the Carpenter. Oh, look at that. Minamoto is crying as well. That is classic. Classic, classic, classic. That is so cute. It's so funny. Look at Tama. Alright, Oda's notes taken out of context. The real life Zoro, Makenyu Arata, has been dropping by the studio recently to play the One Piece card game. He really enjoys it. That's a bit of a... Oda is so good. You know what he does in these two notes? He's always bragging about the food he's eating and the concerts that he's going to. And then a bit of shameless self-plug. Which I guess this isn't a self-plug per se, but gotta do some promo. Gotta do some promo for the merch. I don't know, Zod, if you're into the card game as well, so that's also pretty big. I remember that was very big when I was over there. Okay. Alright. And now reading the chapter. The Adam Tree Tour continues. What the hell is that? Oh, well, what do you think it is? You guys! It's another ancient robot! Oh, I got the chills. I full got the chills. It's another ancient robot. And this ancient robot actually looks like the one from Laputa. From Castle in the Sky. You guys, everyone's gotta go watch that Castle in the Sky video. I've talked about it so many times. Got an entire video because this one looks like this. Oh my god. Oh, this just got exciting. This has always been here. It's giving me scientific vibes. I figured you, of all people, would appreciate it. Being a cyborg and all. Why would there be a facility like this in this country of warriors? Oh my god, lore peace. Lore freaking peace. My heart is like palpitating. Oh my god. Hey Frankie, you're here. I was just thinking I'd like to show you this place later. It's awesome here, Frankie. Ugh, Bunny, what are you two doing here? We got lost. Thank you for finding us. Guess even geniuses get lost. It's good we found you. There was a horn blast earlier, so the woods might not be safe right now. In any case, this facility really is stunning. I estimate that it's been here for at least 3,000 years. What? 3,000? Oh my god. Oh my god, my head's about to explode. What do you mean 3,000 years? Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. What? How did you calculate that? There's no way it's that old. We can't really refute that claim. Honestly, even we locals aren't sure about the origins of this building. Now that's something worth researching. I think I'll make myself at home here. You get lost again. Well, I'm gonna check it out for myself. What's wrong, Bonnie? Look out! What I find most scary, thunder. There's something behind you! Oh man, this is unreal. Elbaf's just full of crazy stuff, huh? No, that's not familiar. What kind of creature is that? The Western Village. What I find most scary, the Draugr. Sober up and grab your weapons. That fire spar was wrecked. It's not just a regular zombie. It's a Draugr. What could have brought the children's imagination to life like this? Where are the chiefs? We're waiting on their orders. They drank too much. They're still holed up in the privy. You're kidding. This couldn't be more surreal. A giant me? Yo-ho-ho-ho. You visitors should fall back to the edge of the village. Should I carry you all there? Hey, you don't need to keep us at arm's length. We want to help fight. Nami's like, ah. You said that last bit a little too quiet. Oh, it was more like a, we want to help fight. Come on, Usopp, it's time to take a stand. It's time for a warrior. You said that last bit a little too quietly. Either way, there's definitely something strange happening on this island. That's enough, Colin. Why not? I'm a warrior too. I can fight. I just told you no. I'm Gaban's son. And that doesn't make you Gaban. A battlefield's no place for a kid like you. Gerald! Huh? What's wrong, Missy? I'm sorry, but there's something I didn't tell you before. You're saying one of these intruders looked just like red hair? Yeah. Yeah, and both of them were seriously strong. One of them had a really weird ability. In this world, strange powers usually come from devil fruits. If it's an unknown element, odds are it's a devil fruit user. Spread the word that there are 2 humans other than the Straw Hats on Elbaf. Report back as soon as you find them. Got it! Right away! Are you sure it's only 2 intruders? All this chaos suggests there could be more. Right? Get the word out now! I don't know who's behind this or where they're hiding, but anyone who kidnaps children in broad daylight is nothing but scum. Oh, look at Nami. Even Nami's raring to go. If they're taking hostages, they must have something else planned for Elbaf. I've never heard of a kidnapping like this before. I won't let them get away with it. We'll lend you a hand. We'll just need a human-sized ship to... Don't be ridiculous. You're our guests. You should go hide somewhere safe. Hey, just wait a sec. Where are Dory and Broggy? Still stuck in the privy. They seriously need to lay off on their booze. If the culprits are human-sized, we'd be better suited to dealing with this. That's right. The giants can take care of the big things. We should focus on the intruders. Agreed. But Elbaf is too big for us to search on foot. Heave ho, heave ho, heave. Huh? You want to come with me? I thought you were gonna tell me to stop. Alright then, but I get to be the captain. That's so cute. Nami, you're so cute. Let's go, Colin Pirates. What a name as well. Colin Pirates. Well, let's go, Colin Pirates. Set sail. Hey, you're big enough to row. Onwards. Look at that. It's a blunt knife as well. Gunko's just listening to music. What on earth? All warriors in the Sun Realm, please be advised. There was a confirmed sighting of humans other than the Straw Hats earlier in Whist Castle. Consider them hostile and dangerous. Yeah, it's Gunko's post-meal ritual. It's not a ritual, I just like it. What's a TD? That's a TD, right? We should have a singing contest. You're out if you mess up. It's nice having a hobby. What's your favorite song? Da-dum, da-dum. New World. As in, wait. What? Really? Okay, that's interesting. Does she realize? Yeah, you got a problem with the current world? You shouldn't mock the interests of others, Summers. Ah, my bad. Anyway, looky over there. That grown-up is going all out to try save the kids. Now there ain't no way they can stab me. They ain't going nowhere. You've got this all. The kids are just following this cloth, right? But it's heading straight for the flames. They'll die if I don't stop them. All right, they're stop. Oh. Because he stopped the first. Yeah, they're like crashing into each other. Sorry. Ilva! Scanil! Olaf! You okay back there? What now? If I stop one, they all start pricking each other. That's disgusting. Who could do such a thing? Saul, it must be the work of a fruit ability. They have to be close by. The kids would reach the fire before we found them. We can't let that happen. If we can't stop the ones in front, then we'll start with Bjorn in the back. Yes, he's out of the line. If I can stop the rest one by one. Huh? Fenrir! No way! They're actually controlling these monsters too? Who's behind this? Principal, it's not just the Western Village. Other villages are reporting monster sightings. They're appearing all over Elbaf? It must be some kind of ability. We need to find them fast. Right. Western Village, the outskirts. Finally. I didn't think Draugrs were real. Who knew taking one down would be this much trouble? Carry the injured back to the village. What? A Nidogra! Oh. It's the Nidogra and the ghost attacking at once. It's no use. They just keep coming! We won't be able to protect the village! Everyone, take cover! Oh, okay. The captains are here. They're here. Ready, Broggy? Absolutely, ready, Dory? Absolutely, Broggy. Hardcore sovereignty! Oh, look at that. Look at that. Just a... Oh, so freaking sick. Yes! Did the chiefs do that? No, it's the giant warrior pirates. Oh, look at that. Blown apart. Sorry we're late. We had to buff up all the booze. What a waste. Leave the beasts to us. You guys take care of the kids. This is Sval mode of our mighty ship, the Great Eric. You monsters are in for it now. We'll get you for making us waste our booze. Ah! And Scopper is joining in on the freaking action. Yes. Ooh, oh man. Mountain 8 Yasan. That ship's basically invincible now. He is freaking ready. Oh man. The Pirate King's left hand arrives. Damn straight. Oh my god. Oh my freaking god. This is very, very exciting. I can't... There's so much. Oh my god, that went by too quick. That went by way too quick. How freaking exciting. Alright. Let me get this straight. So we have the ancient robot of the first world. We've got the ancient robot of the first world. The one that we saw back in the mural. The one that looks very, very much like the one from La Puta, by the way. We have this new thing called we've got Gunko, who listens to music. Her favorite song is New World by the Soul King. Do they not realize? Does she just not know? I guess not everyone knows that it's Brooke, but that is pretty funny. And also, what does the music thing, how is it going to relate? How is it going to relate? Oh man. And now we've also got Scopa-Gaban. We've got Scopa-Gaban and the freaking giant warrior pirates. They have entered the chat. They have entered the freaking chat. This is... that things are about to get real. Oh, wow. So exciting. Alright, let me come back to the chat. What did I miss out on? I hope she gets Brooke's autograph. Gunko doesn't wear pants because she wants. That's pretty funny. That is very, very funny. That was a good one. John Peace. That was a good one. Dory and Broggy went to El Bar. Another good one. Very punny today. You don't like the politics of half the bands you listen to. Look, fair enough. Fair enough. But I also think that they don't realize. Because I don't think that's like fully common knowledge. But it is funny, like, I think it's a very funny side of Gunko's character, that she's scared of Nika. Her greatest fear is Nika, but her favorite song is The New World. It's like these contradictions. you guys, I've talked about the contradictions in Gunko's character, the duality within her character, and I think this is another part. Perona, that's exactly my point. That's exactly the same idea that I had. Gunko was most likely a slave who was recruited into becoming a god's knight, isn't actually one of the celestial dragons. And so within her heart of hearts, her natural tendency is to be steered towards things like the New World, songs of liberation, songs about the Straw Hats, but she hasn't clocked it in herself yet. And the indoctrination has made her scared of figures like Nika, when in her heart of hearts, that's not who she is. Very, very interesting. ZotTB, thank you so much for another gifted membership. Oh, thank you. Red Gaming, welcome to the executive class. And Mr. Bushido, when did you come here? I didn't see, I did not know that you were here. Gunko will want to kill Straw Hat so Brooke can go back to music. That's dark. That is dark. That's pretty funny. That's true, Mark. You make a very good point. It is the Soul King photo as his wanted poster. But sometimes, like, people just don't realize, but you're right. I think for Gunko, she has to know. For the likes, like, ordinary people might not be able to put two and together. Like, sometimes that happens, especially within the series. And I think you also have to, like, I think the world at large might not realize necessarily. Because it happens to, like, I think it has to do with how much access you have. But with Gunko, you're absolutely right that in theory they should have knowledge. But there are some just weird things that are just, like, for some reason not explainable in One Piece. Like the way that the Gorosei left Luffy alone for all those years, knowing that he has the Nika Devil Fruit. Like, some things just don't add up. I've mentioned this before, but I actually think the world government is quite an incompetent bunch. My coffee is actually still quite hot. Not very, very hot, but it is a little hot. Vakabor, so you must have missed out on everything that I was talking about in when I was complaining about the heat, the temperature of my coffee. This is my coffee. But I'm glad you like my cup. The reason why it's staying so hot is because this is a keep cup, so it should technically be keeping my drinks warm, but my coffee was, like, extremely hot to begin with. Mr. Bushido, another super chat. Thank you. I don't think she was a slave. Okay, two theories. She is Nami, Lord's sister. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. Or Victoria, kid's crush from childhood. I think I do remember you mentioning the Lord's sister part at one point. Or maybe this was part of another theory. Mind you, I have been reading all of your theories in Discord, by the way. I've just been clarifying my thoughts on it because there are some points where I have to, like, go back and read because sometimes your theory goes back to another theory. But I have been enjoying them, so please do keep them coming. And on this point, I do also feel like I remember you talking about this, about Law's sister as well. Look, I'm not gonna disagree with anybody. Obviously we don't know until we know. But my new hill, I should say. My new hill is that she is Koala's sister. That's where I'm gonna go with this for the moment, but we shall see. History repeats, so this beat is probably relevant to Imu's story. That is interesting. I do like that a lot as well. There's another there's another theory that she's a clone of Ginny. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Do we agree that the tension isn't really there right now? Like, I'm not feeling threatened by the three gods' knights. Really? Huh. That's, I think... I think that's the thing about the Holy Knights, the God's Knights. The vibe that I'm getting from this is that rather than them just being like skilled combatants, I think they're master strategists. And maybe the tension isn't there from like a conflict between, or like a straight up battle, a straight up fight between the Holy Knights and, you know, I guess the Straw Hats or I guess the Elbathians. But I think the conflict and the tension comes from like, how are you going to outsmart them? What move are they going to pull next? And I think that's where the enjoyment is coming from for me. I've said this before, but it seems like the Holy Knights, like the way that they've been assembled, the people, the additional knights that Gunko chose to call, and I guess the ones that Shamrock, you know, ordered her, directed her to call. They did that with like a very specific knowledge, okay, whose powers works with whose powers, like which powers work well. And that's been what's been really important, like what's been really interesting for me. And yeah, like you're absolutely right, Mr. Knight. Like they definitely have an ace up their sleeves because they're like not concerned at all. Not impressed with the knights yet. Okay, that's... I was really impressed by their strategy. I thought it was really devious, really sinister, but really smart. Mr. Bushido, thank you for another super chat. Killing brings out Usopp's fears, and we see his dream world. Sniper King returns to motivate Usopp, so he wakes himself up to shoot Killing and brings out Usopp's fears. Okay, I see what you're saying. Oh. What are you thinking that his dream world is going to be? I would like to very much see Sniper King return. But I also have to say that when it comes to Elbaf and when it comes to Usopp, I really think that it should be Usopp who acts in his capacity as Usopp and not as his alter ego. You know what I mean? I feel like Elbaf is about the time. I feel like Elbaf is the time when Usopp is able to be the brave warrior that he is and he so wishes to be inside on the outside. There is a lot of hate towards Usopp right now. How can you guys give Usopp hate in his arc? We'll see a nightmare Usopp who puts all his weaknesses out and mocks him. That is really dark, but I do like that idea a lot. That's a good idea, Mr. Bushido. It's quite dark, and I do feel sorry for him. But you know what? If that's the push that he needs, then so be it. Because I have to say, I am slightly disappointed that even this far in, even as we are at Elbaf, this is Usopp going, we're gonna help out. We're gonna be helping out. I don't mind helping. Come on, Usopp, stand up. betting on Usopp being the one to free the kids. Yeah, I could see that. Mark, that's exactly my point. What's happening is just the result of their devil fruits. They haven't even started fighting anyone yet. Like, they already know of Elbaf's weakness. They've exploited it. They've come up with ways of manipulating the situation. It's a master strategy. But then again, like, I don't think that they're like only strategists, because they're obviously, I think the captain must be the one that is super combative and super combat proficient. Like Garling, like Shamrock. There must be a reason why those two were chosen to be the commanders. And then the others, I'm sure, are also able to fight. Because you're absolutely right, Luke. Look, we didn't get to see what the God's Knights did, but they were very confident. Shamrock was like, let's go. Bal, thank you so much for the super chat. Usopp does not have a greatest fear because he fears everything equally. A lot. He is therefore immune to killing him like he was to Perona. That is also an interesting point. That's a really good workaround. I like that idea a lot as well. So he's gonna be the way to fight killing him, and he's gonna be able to... Yeah, okay. That's a solid point. Okay. Let's also go back. Let's go back to this. The robot. Dun 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 dun! The ancient robot of the first world. I mean, I'm sure you and we all agree that that's what we're seeing right now. Some Laputa in the castle in the sky business. This is... I'm getting very, very excited about this. So it means that the first world was just as, perhaps even more technologically advanced than Joy Boy's world and the ancient kingdom. And so it really is a case of like history just continuously repeating itself. I mean, I think we already knew that there was some technological capacity to the first world based on like the factories that we saw in the mural. But the fact that they have an ancient robot, I am just getting super excited by this. And it's like a facility as well. There's a scientific facility. Oh man. This is the stuff, like this is what I live for. Why do I keep cursing in Spanish? La puta, la puta, la puta. Have you guys all watched the film by now? Again, like I will never stop recommending this film. So good. Now I've just been having, like, my coffee's just been so hot that I'm getting really warm now. So it's really rainy here, but at the same time, it's very humid and hot. My goodness. Let's see, have we managed to cross out anything else today? Let's see. Have we managed to cross out any more on our list? Not yet. But I think we are very close. We will probably get close to seeing Colin makes an impact at some point. And we were so close. Come on, we were so close to the Loki flashback, and it didn't happen. I guess next chapter. Okay, nothing today, but that's okay. We'll get there. So Harsh, exactly. The robot was also okay. You know what? I will bring a picture up so you can see. This is, look at this. Can you guys see this? This is the robot from Laputa Castle in the Sky. And I'm telling you guys, there are so many more connections between One Piece and this film. You have to go watch it, and you have to watch my video. This is just getting insane now. Arthur doesn't think that it's a robot. Really? That's interesting. Okay. Why? What is his theory? For those of you who don't know what film I'm talking about, this is the film. It's a Studio Ghibli film. It's actually the first Ghibli film. It would have come out when Oda was about 10 years old, I think it was. And you can tell it was like around the same time that Oda said that he was writing or beginning to think about One Piece, and I think it just made I think it must have left a very deep impact on Oda, because it would have been like a major, like a very popular film when he was growing up. And I think it did really leave a deep impact on him. I have also, okay, alright then. This is my... It's nice to see that we've obviously grown since these days when I first talked about this film, because a lot of you guys don't know what I'm talking about. Which must mean that you're relatively new here, because otherwise you would know that this is my magnum opus. Alright. Everybody, your homework is to watch this video. I will pin it. Your homework is to watch this video after we finish the stream. It's just dome-shaped top of a facility. Okay, it's just... No, I think not. Look, I see where he's coming from. It could just be like a house, like a building. It is just a building and it's just shaped the way that it is. But I don't know. I don't know. There's no way that's just coincidentally a building. It looks like a robot. But maybe I am, but maybe I really am just biased. Why is the focus so off? What's going on here? What happened to the stream? Can you guys do you all notice that as well? Why is oh, there we go, the focus is fixed now. To this day, this video is probably the most, like, the video that I had the most fun making and the one that I'm most proud of, I would say. Princess Mon. Oh, so you guys all probably know by now that I have a nephew who I'm absolutely obsessed with. I love him to bits. Quite possibly my favorite human. He can do no wrong. He is now just shy of, well, not, like 3 months shy of being 3 years old. And he loves his films. He loves his Disney movies. He was obsessed with Lion King last year. But recently, I believe that he watched My Neighbor Totoro. And he absolutely adores it. I cannot wait until I can start showing him One Piece. Cannot wait. This is an exciting chapter, because you know what this means? Next week, when there is no break, it means that there are 2 places. Oda has left us 2 places where we can pick up. Either we're gonna go straight into the Loki flashback, or we're going to see things throw down. We're going to see Gaban in freaking action, in real action. It's one of 2 things. So exciting. So it's either we're gonna see Gaban fight, and we're gonna see what the left-hand man of the Pirate King is really capable of. Why he is called the Mountain Eater. We're gonna see that in action for ourselves. Or we're gonna witness the Loki flashback. Either way, that's mwah. And especially because it's going to be, surely, like, unless Oda does do another 4-chapter run, which he did do recently. Unless he does another 4-chapter run, which would be glorious in and of itself. Otherwise, my bet is that we are going to have another break after chapter 1145. And if we're going on a break after chapter 1145, you know what that means. You know what that means. It means the next chapter is going to be gold. It is going to be good. It is going to be such a good chapter. Vaka bro, no, unfortunately my family is not they're not One Piece fans. But I'm hoping that I can indoctrinate my little boy, my little nephew, into becoming a One Piece fan. what I'm gonna do, so actually, you know what, you guys will probably have seen it before. I have a Straw Hat shirt where each of their wanted posters, except for Jinbei, because they haven't updated it yet. Which is strange because Jinbei's been a Straw Hat for a while now, but that's besides the point. I've got a t-shirt that has like all the Straw Hats as wanted posters. And I was wearing it the other day when I was looking after my nephew, and he kept pointing to each of them going, "Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?" Kept asking me one by one, and I kept telling him, "This is Luffy, this is Zoro, this is Sanji, this is Frankie, this is Usopp." Made a little game of it. And so I could see the interest forming, you know? He's interested. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure, and it was incredibly fun to have you in our stream again. And you know what? I've got something to tell you. I have found a really good gluten-free bread recipe that I've been obsessed with making because it's super easy, like two major ingredients. The rest are just like, you know, basic things like salt. And so I've been making bread for myself or for everyone that I love. And it's a super, super easy recipe that everyone just gets impressed with. When I bring bread, I'm like, ho, look at me. I'm someone who can bake bread. But obviously you do that on like a daily basis. But I wanted to share that with you. Anyways, I hope you have a lovely, lovely weekend. And I hope I'm able to catch you in another stream another time. Zero rules, you always just suddenly talk about the cool stuff that happens. Yeah, they need to know. They need to know. How old is your niece? Hopefully you'll be able to get her interested. Actually, I also remember that when my nephew was even younger, the first time that I was, I think, babysitting him by myself, he was really interested in this devil fruit. He was really interested in this devil fruit figurine because well, he loves food, and he loves fruit in particular. And I was trying to convince him to play with all of these other toys. I've got these, like, plushy penguin, a plushy koala. And he was insisting on playing with that fruit. Oh, Ben, I didn't realize you were here. Well, thank you so much for being here, Ben. I hope you have a great day at work. You're playing Ninja too. What great opportunity. Does this mean that you're also indoctrinating her in the ways of Naruto? How exciting. She loves an axle. Oh, okay. That's a really... She must be like a real marine biologist. That's a really, unique... That's a very unique... animal to be interested in. My nephew has recently discovered a love for sharks and whales. He's in his shark phase right now. And he was really into dinosaurs just up until like 2 months ago, and then there was just like a sudden switch, and suddenly he was like over dinosaurs, and he's gone all in on sharks and whales. But he loves sharks more than he loves whales, and he gets really upset if we, like, because he likes to watch, you know, like, documentaries. And he gets very upset when he finds out that some whales can beat some sharks. And he insists, like, no, sharks must be stronger. He's like, no, a shark is stronger than a whale. And sharks are always bigger than whales. And it's like, no, it's not always the case. And he's like, no, sharks must be stronger. That's a really cute story. Your daughter of 7 is a hardcore. That's so cute. Who's her favorite character? Mark, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. Because the great white shark is his favorite shark. The great white shark is his favorite shark, and he watched a video of orcas being able to fight and kill a great white shark, and he was in like vehement denial. He was in vehement denial that it can happen. Because in his head, the great white shark must win. The great white shark must win against everything. Anyways. Well. This has been a wonderful, wonderful stream. I have enjoyed myself thoroughly. I hope the chapter comes out nice and early next week, because usually it came out on a Friday for me, and I actually have next Friday off, so I can't wait to just like delve in straight into One Piece on my day off, and we can get straight into it, because this is very, very exciting. What do we say? Do we think let's do a poll before we finish off, before we close off? Do we think we are going to have a okay. Chapter 1145 prediction. Loki's flashback. Scupper action. Or Oda's going to tease us. What do we think? Oh, Zod, you're on Twitch as well now. You're over on Twitch as well today. What is going on? Why can I not do why can't I do a poll in YouTube? Here we go. Chapter 1145 prediction. Let's see. Loki flashback. Scupper action. You love rainstorms, Ben. That's an odd choice. Well, I'm sure you're glad that it's not raining on your way into work. There's almost nothing worse than rain on your way into work. Gonna react to the anime coming back. You know what? I wasn't planning on it, but we could. We definitely could. I'm very excited for the anime to come back, because Egghead was very fun to watch. And where will we be picking up? That's gonna come back next week. So, yeah, we could do that. Are you guys all gonna watch? An outside world update? No. No, 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 no. The Real Blackbeard is an anime only. This is... You're here... Oh my goodness. So you're not caught up? Like, you're only vaguely caught up because you know what we're reacting to? My god. That's... I'm mostly like zero. I usually just watch the cool scenes. The scenes that I'm like really excited for because of my knowledge of the chapter. And then I don't really watch like full episodes. But you know what I will have to watch? I'll have to watch the entirety of... I will have to watch the entirety of Kuma's flashback, I think. The entire God Valley, Kuma's flashback, I think we're gonna have to watch it. Fred! My guy, Fred! How long has it been since we've seen you on stream? Wow. Welcome, welcome back. I did notice, I was very grateful for you sharing that the chapter was out on our Discord. And I was thinking back then as well, it has been a while since we've seen Fred here. But Fred in our stream! How are you doing? How has life been? Wow. You broke out of Impel Down. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that you've made it. How did the rest of your studies go? Are you finished now? Do you still have a bit to go? Sorry, I'm getting, we are catching up with an old friend of ours. Fred has been in the JoyFleet from when the JoyFleet was like a handful of people. It's good to see you. I'm very glad to see you, and I'm glad that you were able to catch another one of our streams. Everyone give a big shout out to Fred, one of our OG mods. Pretty chaotic 2 years. Well, life happens. That is life, isn't it? Well, I'm glad that you have been able to make it out of Impel Down and you're back with us. And best wishes for the rest of your studies in that case. The first of finish the first year. What is that? Is that like a what units are in first year? I'm trying to remember as well. Like torts? Yeah, Fred the goat indeed. Well, I'm glad to hear that your life is returning to normal again. Hopefully be more regular. Look, take it easy. Obviously no pressure, but we always love having you here. And thanks so much for dropping by. Yeah, exactly. It was first year of law school. I remember that it was law. That's what I was asking. If it's the first year, is that torts? Because I think you said you did a history, right? This is like sort of like a post-grad. Canada, actually the 5th. Well, that's when I had to study law. We only did like 1 or 2 units for the first 3 years. Finished the other degree. I did arts as the other degree, and then just did straight up law for like 2 years after that. So we had a different system, but yeah, same sort of similar for us here. It was much more law focused in the final 2 years of the degree. Anyways, best of luck. I hope you're enjoying it. But as I said, love that you're here. Love seeing you. You've never seen a manga? Real Blackbeard, what is stopping you? What is stopping you, my man? You have got to start reading. You've got to read. I'm glad that you're reading with us. And I'm glad that you're here reading with me. But come on, you've got to read the chapters for yourselves. The manga is, it's phenomenal. Like, it is really phenomenal. And you will not be missing out. I mean, you should not be missing out. This is what I meant to say. You should not be missing out on the art. On Oda's paneling. It is genius. You should go read it. I'm surprised. So most of us, 52% think it's not going to be either of Loki's flashback or the Scopper action. We're gonna go elsewhere. Okay. I guess we could see like a little bit of a longer drag on. Like I could see Oda just deciding to drag out some of the other smaller battles, like what's going on between Saul, for example. But I think we're gonna see a little bit of either. Surely. Surely. We'll have to see. Okay, well, everybody, it has been another fantastic stream, and it's been another fantastic morning reading the chapter with you all. I am going to have to close it up there, but everyone share your thoughts for what we're going to see in chapter 1145, because chances are we're going to go on a break after that. But I shall see you next week, where we'll read the chapter, and it seems like we may also react to the anime returning. In the meantime, go do your homework and watch this video and watch the film. Watch Laputa, Castle in the Sky. You will not regret it. You will not regret it. But as always, thank you, and